I feel like it does because I mean, like I said, like nobody is playing like for their individual stats. Nobody just cares who gets the shots at the end of the game. Nobody cares like who's having a big game. Whoever's having a big game that night, we feed out them. We feed them the ball even more. And I feel like that's what it's gonna take. To be a good team to go on down the end. Because I mean, if everybody's caring about their own personal, individual goals, individual stats, then I mean, one night it's gonna come a time where you're not gonna have that individual stats. Then what are you gonna do?
I've always believed in this tournament, each game is kind of a little drama, and there's like building blocks. What did you take out of last night's game in terms of a building block for the next game?
That nobody's gonna lay down for us. I mean, we're the national defending champions, but nobody's gonna lay down for us. We gotta come in every game ready to play, and ready to go out there and perform. And Manhattan, there was a carbon copy of us last night. They knew everything we was gonna run. Going into this next game, I feel like it's gonna be not since easier, but it's gonna be a whole different game because Manhattan knew what we was going to run and how we was going to run it. And the best part about St. Louis is they don't know us how Manhattan knows.
And the fact that you won, does it give you, I know you're the defending champions a lot, but to win the first one, is there a confidence you get? I mean, because I always felt like the first one's the hardest one.
It is. Last night was one of the hardest games ever we played, especially compared to what we played last year against A&T. That was a totally different game. Manhattan last night knew exactly what we was going to run, knew where we was going to be. They knew our players better than we knew our players at times. But for us to get stops award down the end the way that we did and just pull out a big win in a hard-fought game like that, that was pretty big. And I feel like it built so much character with us.
Trust, why was that game good for you? Everybody keeps saying it was good to have a game like that. Why was that good for this team?
I mean, it was because it shows you that you got to come out and play from the beginning of the game. It shows you that you got to come out ready to play. You can't come out just going through the motions and playing half stepping at any given point. Like you can get knocked out of this tournament. This tournament is a crazy tournament this year. I mean, you see teams go down every day, and we was on the verge of being one of those teams last night. But we rallied in, got stops, and pulled out a hard-fought win.
Is that maybe more so of anything of the blowouts you had been having? Were you relaxed at all? Do you think you kind of?
Honestly, I don't feel like we was relaxed, but I feel like that team knew us. Manhattan knew what we was going to do. They knew what we was going to run. That team knew us inside and out because they do the exact same thing that we do. I mean, they go into practice and practice the same way that we do. So it's not the fact that we came out relaxed, but I feel like we didn't think it was going to be as tough. And they played us to a T. They fought to the very end.